morning, afternoon or evening, and welcome back to Edenia. My name is Kerbal and today we're playing some more Kerbal Space Program. Yes, so last time we did a couple of tests, a couple of launches, but nothing too spectacular. We've got a bit of science, let's invest it in basic science right away. And we want to purchase all these parts for just over 10,000 funds. 10,000 spaceos down the drain, but we've got a Probodobodine Stay Putnik, which is a probe. You can put this on a rocket and it will not need a pilot, so that's good. We've got rechargeable battery packs. We've got a thermometer, which is another science gadget for which we can extort some science points. We've got radiator panels and large radiator panels and a Communitron DTS-M1. Which will be able to send science back to Earth before landing, which is good. We want stuff like that. Now, we want to have a network of satellites, because the universe is quite big. As you can see, this is Kerbin. This is a familiar planet, as it looks a lot like Earth. Here's the Africa-like continent, and the Africa-like continent has a couple of locations on it. These are the locations for the contracts we currently have. So it's nothing too fancy, but we need to build an airplane to get there, and we don't have the resources to do that just yet. And this little thing right here, that's where we are. That's the Kerbal Space Station. Now, if we zoom out a bit, we'll see that we have a moon circling our planet, which is called Mun. If we zoom out a bit more, there's another one, Minmus. And Minmus is a smaller moon, but it's a lot further away. Now, if we zoom out even more, we can see that we are orbiting the Sun with another handful of planets. And all of these planets, like Eve and Juna and Moho, somewhere in the middle. Here it is, small one, Moho. We've got Dress over here, or Dre, as some people call it. We've got Jewel and we've got Elo. So we've got plenty of planets to venture to, and all these planets have moons as well. Now, if we take a look at, where is it? Yeah, the mission control. I think we already picked up some contracts. We want to haul the radial decoupler into flight above Kerbin. At a certain speed, we'll be able to manage that, no problem. And we have to escape the atmosphere. Let's also take a quick look at the space plane hangar, because I don't think we have any parts for making an actual plane, do we? Aerodynamics? No, we just have basic fins. We don't have any wings at all. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. So let's gather some science first, and let's go into the vehicular assembly building. There we go, and we'll make a new spacecraft this time. And let's start with a simple command pod, right? And we want this command pod to come back to Earth. So, where is it? Aerodynamics, we need a heat shield. And we'll have a... where is it? Structural? No, it's utility. There we go. A Mark 16 parachute. There we go. This is the delivery package. This is the only thing coming back to Kerbin. Now, we do have some science. And this science needs to come back as well. Is this decoupling? Can we... Jettison staged. Okay, so we can actually jettison the heat shield. So that's good. I wonder how it will jettison. Will it jettison the pod, or will it jettison with it? You know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm not going to use this as a jettison. We'll just add another part, which is a bit expensive, because in the beginning we have got a part limit of 30 parts, and we can only have 18 tons of rocket, so that's going to be a bit tricky. We'll have some thermometers, 2 of them in fact. We'll put them right here. We'll also have some of these goo canisters. The actual Science Junior will have to go sooner rather than later. After this, we want some fuel tanks. Not too much. We just want this to maneuver. You know what? We're not even going to bother with liquid fuel just yet. We're just going to do it like this. We're going to hammer some on, And we're going to have these decouplers, because we need these decouplers to come with us, right? It's one of the requirements. So what we're going to do is we're going to plonk some of these hammers on the side of this hammer, right? And these will actually carry us a far way into space. Now we need something to lift this entire package, because this is going to be a bit heavy. Let's see, where do we have... No, it's not here, it's in structural. There we go. It's another stack decoupler. And we'll just have another one of these hammers. And this hammer will also... let's see, if I alt-click, I can copy this. Yes, I remembered. Great. These will carry the entire package. This is a bit of a strange rocket, and it's apparently too heavy as well. You know what? We'll just play it safe and simple. We'll take the decouplers, but we'll not do anything with them. We'll just put them there. Can we... perhaps we can put on some fleas. No, that's too heavy. There we go. We'll just do it like this then. Now we definitely need the scientist on this one, because we will need to reset this once we're in space. We will need to reset it, do another experiment, grab all of the stuff, and go back to the Earth. So it's going to be quite the challenge, but I think we're up for it. We'll call this the hopper, because it will hop into the atmosphere. Ship description. Simple atmosphere hopping rocket. There we go. Simple atmosphere hopping rocket. Now we might want to save the initial boosters, you know. Also, we'll put these with the parachute. So, or with this decoupling. Yeah, we'll put it with this decoupling, so that these won't go until we're at the appropriate height. Alright, that's going to be very interesting. I'm very interested to see how this goes. Now we do want some nose cones on here. We could use aerodynamics. No, we don't have the aerodynamics just yet. We don't have any flat nose cones, so it will just have to do. We could send the data back to Earth using the communitrons, but I don't think we will. I think we'll just... these parachutes will have to go as soon as these go. These will all start at the same time, so they'll burn out at the same time. So these will go... You know, we don't even need those. We can just strap them on here. You know what? We'll do it. There we go. It's a bit cheaper and a bit lighter as well. We could even make this 4 if we wanted to. I guess. No, we can't make it 4. Perhaps we can make it 3. 3 of these. That's too heavy as well. Bit of a shame that. Alright, we'll just have to do with 2. We'll see how far this gets us. Let's hope for the best. So, we'll haul these into space. That's good. And engineer's report is satisfied. And we've got the scientist on board. Alright. This could go horribly wrong. Let's go. Now, because these are solid rocket boosters, we don't have any control over throttle, so we might as well just leave the throttle at 0, because it doesn't really matter. Let's take a look at... Yeah, we need to have this present, because we want to know if he did it or not. So there we go, Bob Kerman, you're up, and we are going to... You know what? We're just going to lift off. There we go. Boom. We didn't have any dramatic countdown this time. We just want to tilt a bit, not too much. There we go. Just a bit, so we can escape the launch pad. Now this will take us up quite a bit, because it's really strong. Right, there we go. Parachutes have failed. We couldn't save these rockets at all. It's a bit of a shame. And it looks like we are... we're not doing too well, actually. We can't get up the right way. But we might swing our way up. There we go. And boom! Oh, that's bad. That is bad. That's very bad. Come on. Keep it together, friend. Alright, just a bit of altitude and you're good to go. We might even escape the atmosphere. Oh, come on. We've done this. Now we just need to escape the atmosphere. So let's blast it off. Oh, we lost the science. We didn't do any science. That's a bit of a shame. Alright, how's a crew report? Upper atmosphere. That's what I like to see. Mystery goo from the upper atmosphere. And now it would be a, yes, lock temperature. There we go. We actually did it. Nice. And we might just escape the atmosphere. There we go. We're in space. Nice. Alright. Let's make this as stable as we possibly can. It's very hard to do it when you're floating around in space. Alright, we'll take some temperature from the goo. We'll take some... no, we're not... We'll take a sample from the goo. We'll take some temperature. And we'll need to do another crew report. So, let's EVA. Oh, we can't EVA because we need to upgrade our astronaut complex. Alright, so it wouldn't have really mattered if we had taken the Science Junior with us at all. Alright, we are going quite high. Look at that. We're on top of the world. Literally. Alright, let's see how this ends. Because this wasn't the best flight, you know. This was the worst flight, actually, I've had in quite a while. Alright, let's see how fast we're going when we descend. We descend into madness. There we go. I don't think we're going to slow down enough. I don't think so at all. There we go. Let's slow down a bit. Let's spin around as well, so we get a bit more friction. If we lose enough speed, we can actually deploy the parachute. There we go. It's turning yellow, and it's okay. It's okay. We can do it. Oh, and still we crashed. Oh, that's a nasty landing. All right, let's revert. It was a 9-minute flight only. Jeez. All right, so we'll try that one again. All right, let's go this way. Just a bit, not too much. We'll do a nice gravity turn, as they called it. So we did do both of those contracts, but you know, we didn't really do it well enough, because in order to gather some science, you need to survive. All right, boom, there we go, a new one. Now this is unstable as well as unstable can be. This is as unstable as a dish pile in a Chinese restaurant. I don't know any jokes about unstable, okay? This is as unstable as my bank account. There we go. Now, if we put on some of these, that will definitely help, but I don't know how much it will help. One can only hope. Otherwise, we definitely need a pilot. While we're at it, by the way, yeah, we might just want to leave this at home because we can't use it anyway. So for now, you know, we could actually use it. I've got an idea. We can actually use this. All right. So what if we have a communitron up here somewhere, anywhere? It doesn't really matter. We'll have a singular communitron up here. And let's see which way to tilt it. There we go. Now if we do it like this, yeah, that's nice. There we go, a single antenna. Now if we do an experiment on the launch pad, or just above the launch pad actually, because we can do on the launch pad at any time we wish. But let's get in the air. Let's do materials bay. Alright, that's 3.4 science. We're not doing very well with these stabilizers, you know. We might need to add a couple more. Which is, well, rather unforgiving if you ask me. But there we go. Still under 30 parts. We've added more stabilizers. This should work. This should work. Otherwise, I'm stumped. Alright, there we go. Just tilt a bit. There we go. That's nice and stable. Alright, we'll take a sample from high orbit, right? And high atmosphere, I mean. And we'll send it back to Earth before we plump into the ocean. I think that's nice and fair. Boom and boom. There we go. Now we want to turn, actually. Oh, we're going too fast. We went too fast, so we didn't get the contract. That's a bit of a problem as well. You know, we need to delay our second boost for a while. I can do that. I can delay. As you can see, rocket science is quite hard. You have to tinker a lot with your designs. So this design will actually do fine the first couple hundred of meters, but it will fail later on. So we don't need to go too fast. So we might want to stop the second boost from going for quite a bit. There we go, we're losing a bit of speed. And now we should be able to get the altitude we want without losing the contract. We're still going too fast. Yeah, we're still going too fast. Alright. That's a bit of a bummer. Because we can't regulate the speed. We did have it the first time around. I wonder how. Well, we did a somersault or something, didn't we? That might have helped. Right, let's go straight up for this one and just a bit to the right, so it doesn't land on the launch pad. And we'll just wait. We'll just wait for a bit. All right, this is the Apoabs. We need a certain speed to get this contract, and we also need to hit the atmosphere. Now the atmosphere part I believe we can do. It's not too bad. Right, you go. Perhaps we should have waited even a bit more so the parachutes could have taken the oh, whatever. We're here now. Alright, we're losing speed, bleeding off. There we go. Speed is going to a minimum. Alright, we'll point this way, and as soon as we hit the desired... There we go. We're about to hit the desired altitude now, and we're gaining speed. There we go. Contract done. Now we just have to hit the atmosphere. And I believe we can do it best if we just dash all the way to here. We'll have to observe the materials bay. This is Kerbin's upper atmosphere, and we'll transmit it back to Kerbin. There we go. Not enough electric charge. Oh geez, I didn't even account for that. That's a bit of a bummer. Well, nothing's lost yet. Upper atmosphere and a space near Kerbin. There we go. And some temperature as well. Now there is a lot of science to be had in this game, and I'm sorry if I'm gonna miss some things, but it's very hard to keep track of every bit of science you get. This is space near Kerbin. We already have space near Kerbin. A crew report. I think a crew report of space. We can do one from space anytime because we'll be spending a lot of time here. But the one from the upper atmosphere, I guess we'll have to take that as a given. We've reached base. We've broken an altitude record. Nice. Now for our return trajectory. Oh, that's going to be bad. That is going to be rather steep. Alright, I'm very keen to learn how this landing is going to go. So let's warp very fast. I should have remembered we couldn't EVA in space. That's a bit of a hindsight moment for me. All right, let's try and steer this thing away from harm. All right. It doesn't seem like it's going to cooperate in any way. We just have to make sure that we hit the desired. As soon as this is orange instead of red, I'm going to deploy them. There we go. It did work. However, that doesn't. It seems we're in a bit of a pickle. We need something better. We perhaps need some drogue chutes. So here's a couple of core design choices I made. I've put some drogue chutes on here, and these should deploy before the main chute. The drogue chutes are not enough to slow your process all the way, but they will deploy in high atmosphere and slow you down so your normal parachute can work properly. Also, we have some unused monopropellant, and there is nothing concerning about this vessel. Well, another change is Jebediah Kerman is piloting it, because a pilot will get some stability to the ship, and I'll show you in a second. Let's go. So what happens is if I press T, there will be a stability assist, which happens to keep the ship stable. And a stable ship is a happy ship. That means that if I'm in atmosphere and I press the D key to turn the ship over this way, it will keep turning until I press the A key. Now, if I have stability assist on, it will automatically stabilize without me having to press A, so that's good. Alright, so let's go up again. Let's try to hit this target, flying within these speeds at this altitude, and then we'll head over to the horizon in order to get a little bit of a glimpse of the atmosphere. I've also disengaged the Science Junior project. We'll do something with it in the near future. So there we go. Now this, I will have to steer a bit away from the initial launch pad. There we go. This will go nicely. And as I said, I will have to limit myself for a bit. So I'm going to look at these parachutes, and I'm going to disengage these whenever these parachutes are ready, because that will actually allow me to save these husks, these fuel tanks. And saving these fuel tanks will actually net me back a bit more money. So that's good, right? Alright, so I have to wait for a certain speed, which is alright. We'll also align ourselves with the horizon as far as we can. Not far at all yet, because we are still apparently in a lower bit of the atmosphere. And we can disengage these. The parachutes apparently didn't work, but alas, we can't change it anymore. We'll get this to point towards the horizon, so we'll have a less steep entry. So there we go. Now this is going into space nicely. So we can actually, yeah, that's 70. Now we can point to the horizon entirely until this stops. There we go. It has stopped. Get back to the ship. We'll get rid of this. Alright, so now we're in upper atmosphere. We'll do a crew report. We'll do a goo. And we'll do a temperature. There we go. Now there is apparently some hopper debris all the way over there. I don't know what it's doing there, but that's a bit strange. And there is some other chunks. Where is that going? I don't even know what that is. Can we show the debris? Something is going that way. That's so awkward. I want to know what that is now. Can we actually watch this? Can we switch vessels? Oh yes, we can. Oh, this is one of the side decouplers, right. Alright. That's a bit awkward. Alright, so here's Jebediah Kerman, and we're in space now, so we can run a few more tests. Log temperature and mystery goo. There we go. Nice. Now you don't need a scientist to reset the thermometer. You only need a scientist to reset the mystery goos and the science junior. So that is very nice. Look, this is what I mean. This is with stability assist. Now look what happens if I don't have stability assist. It just goes on. I have to tweak it back a bit and it will never really stand still. Oh, that was a good one actually. It did really stand still. Alright. But if I do this, it's going crazy, and I'll just press stability assist, and there we go. It will be stabilized. So we've got this as well. Now we just have to survive, which is going to be quite easy now that we have drogue chutes. So we're in high atmosphere now. We are ill-advised to actually use these because we won't slow down enough. But as we go on, we'll turn off the stability assist. There we go. Now these are red, and these will turn orange soon. Let's turn off the warp. Right, let's try to wiggle a bit, give it some wiggle room. There we go. Now, come on, drogue chutes. There we go. That's drogue chutes deployed. We're slowing down, and there we go. That's really nice. We are slowing down, but apparently not to a degree that we can survive this fall. But oh well, yeah, not really. We won't survive this. Let's wait until we're near the ground, and let's wait for the shadow. And if we see the shadow, we'll deploy the other chute as well. So let's warp to ×1. Is there a shadow? You know what? We'll just deploy it. And we'll get to a nice sudden halt. There we go. Couple of kilometers per hour. That's going to soften the blow really nice. And there we go. Plonk. We've made it. Now we have landed in a new biome, and we can EVA actually from here. So let's do it. Let's do an EVA report. Flying over Kerbin's grasslands. We'll take all this data. We'll collect this. Remove. And we'll take data. There we go. We'll take data. We'll collect data. Remove. And I'll try to restore it, but it will say that only a scientist can do it. Fair enough. Alright, let's let go. Let's store the experiments. We'll do an EVA report from the ground of the grasslands. We'll grab onto this. We'll get back on board. Do another crew report. And there we go. That's nice. Nice science right there. Should we do a temperature as well? You know, why not? Kerbin grasslands. Nice, and we'll recover. And there we go. That's a nice bit of science. We've got 70 science now. Also, we've got a lot of funds. And Jebediah Kerman has got one more experience point. Now, if we take a look at the tracking station, we don't have any debris left, so everything blew up. So the parachutes didn't really work. Well, that's not too bad. Let's take a look at the buildings we've got. So we've got the... look, right now, this is what I was looking for. Capacity 5 Kerbals. Kerbals can only disembark on Kerbin. But if we upgrade this, we can EVA, which means extravehicular activities, I believe. Or external vehicular activities, something like that. It means you can go out of your cockpit. And we can place flags. Now, it's a bit of an expensive upgrade, but it's one we need. We need for science. We need to place flags. Also, the administration building, I said I was going to go back to here. And we definitely are. For instance, we might do something to... all these resources are very valuable, but reputation reputation is the least valuable if you ask me, because a reputation just gives you harder contracts, but we're having a hard time with the easy contracts right now, so we might do some outsourced, here we go, unpaid research program. Now if you commit to 25% of the unpaid research program, it will cost us a reputation of 55, and it yields 1 science for each 2.4 reputation we gain. So that's nice. We'll take it. We'll activate it. There we go. So our reputation will grow slower, but we'll get some science in return, which I believe is very nice. Right, and that's how you hop the atmosphere. Especially the landing is very important, and we did build a rocket that was not capable of doing it the first couple of times. It could have done it, but I think it would have been harder to do it. We still have some science to spend, so we might want to get into aviation, because there are some really nice parts in here. Let's see, it will unlock a lot of other nice parts as well, such as small landing gears and bigger heat shields. Stability is also a nice one, because it gives us the nose cone and the side decouplers. We definitely want the side decouplers. So let's unlock this one. There we go, and we'll buy them all. We'll do the same for general rocketry, because we need the bigger fuel tanks, we need bigger solid rocket boosters, and this will give us a nice head start into the atmosphere. So from here on, these are going to cost 45 science, so we might want to build something capable of gathering some more science. I'm going to do some more science gaining projects next time, because I see we're already over the half an hour. So I want to say thank you very much for watching, and if you did like this episode, you know what? I'll just take it. If you like this episode, I'm just going to be content with it. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.